Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Today I wanted to ask you this question. What is your core program? Another word for that is your belief system, right? So, before I get into that, let's take a couple of nice relaxing breaths. Relax your body. Nice and slow, fill your lungs. Let it naturally escape. Breathe in some goodness and exhale the negative stuff. All right. So what is your core program? The core program is basically your belief about something. You know, there are programs that we have about money, about relationships, and about us, about our pain or symptoms, right? And that's where I'm going to really be focusing on. But our core program is the undercurrent, the underlying belief that really drives everything else. So, for example, your core program is going to drive your thinking. And your thinking really is what drives your emotions. And your emotions are going to drive your actions. And your actions are going to drive your results, right? These are not brand new concepts. You know, these have been talked about in the self-help world for a long time. But it's worth looking at, because if you are finding that your results are not what you want them to be, and you feel like, well, I'm doing the mind-body stuff. I'm meditating. I'm doing breath work. I'm journaling, which are all things that I don't believe are absolutely necessary. They may be helpful, but those are some of the other programs out there. But if you feel like I'm doing all the things, but I'm not, but I'm not getting the results I want, sometimes we got to back up a few steps and go to the core program, which is what's your underlying belief about you and your symptoms. Do you believe that you're broken? Do you believe that you're getting older and the body just wears out? Do you believe that, an old sports injury from high school is still nagging at you? Do you believe that, the MRI you saw 2 years ago is the reason for your symptoms? Do you believe that you have an illness, a disease, or something that has not healed yet? Is that your core program, right? I talked about this stuff yesterday in the misinformation video. And this relates, but I guess it's really, really important to take a good hard look at your core program, your core belief. The core program that I am hopefully offering you to accept and move from here to here, the core program I'm trying to get you to buy into here is that I'm actually okay already. I'm not busted. I'm not broken. I'm not jacked up. I'm not sick. I'm not mentally ill. I'm not emotionally damaged. I'm okay. With that core program versus the one I explained earlier where you think you're all broken and it might be this, it might be that, and maybe your core program is I'm not strong enough to do this emotional work. I'm not strong enough to do this mind-body work and teach my brain that I'm safe. Versus the I'm okay core program. Which one of those two, the negative dark one or the I'm really okay, which of those two programs do you think is going to lead you to have better thinking and more positive emotions about the outcome that you can expect? And therefore the actions you'll take, which is reminding yourself consistently that I'm actually okay, and therefore getting the results, which is your brain settling things down. Which of those core programs is going to be more conducive to the results you want? Well, it's certainly the belief that says, I'm already okay. So if you're struggling with that core program and you still believe, I'm too anxious to heal, or my pain's been around too long, or my symptoms have been too severe to actually buy into this belief that I'm okay, I'll really encourage you to spend a little bit more time on the fundamentals. What creates symptoms in the first place? Perceived danger, nothing more, nothing less. Chronic symptoms are almost always a mistake. They're almost always a false alarm. So knowing that, are you a little bit closer to accepting this core program that goes, yeah, I'm actually okay? But for those of you, and I'm sure they're out there, that goes, yeah, but Dan, I think my situation's different. To you, I'm going to say, do the assessments. I bring this up several times a week. So if you haven't done them, or you've done them but you don't believe them because you're talking yourself out of accepting the assessments as evidence that you're actually okay, I'm going to encourage you to take another look at them. painfreeyou.com/start. There's a link for the pain test. If you have pain, take that. Otherwise, take a look at the FIT assessment in the body of that page. How many are you answering yes to? If one or more, then your brain is creating symptoms, not your body. So once you've done the assessments or revisited and been reminded, oh, I did that already, and it clearly showed TMS, clearly showed perceived danger pain was the reason for my symptoms, then I'm going to really encourage you to adopt this I'm okay as your core program. Because as long as you're still holding on to the core program that says, no, I'm different, my situation's different, I'm not capable, or this is really hard, so I don't think it's going to work, or no, but my body is broken, I have a physical issue, I have tissue damage. I had somebody message me the other day and said, I have tissue damage in my inner ear from a dental appointment 3 years ago. And no disrespect to this person, but I'm wondering, how did that damage the body to the point where the body did not heal? I don't agree with the vast majority of people who say, I have permanent damage. Now look, if you have a break that mangles your body in such a way and it heals with your arm a little bit messed up, I'll agree that the disfiguration might be permanent, right? Bones grew back the way they grew back. But the key question is, should you hurt? Once it has healed, you should not hurt. It's so important to understand that if you're telling yourself a story and your core belief is, I have an injury that never healed, how successful do you think you're going to be at teaching your scared, misinformed brain that you're actually okay? It's not going to work because your core belief, your core program says, no, I'm different, I'm busted. Remember? I have that accident or injury from years ago that never healed. Because if you have that belief, what do you think your thoughts are going to be? They're going to mirror that core belief. And what do you think that's going to do with your emotions? Despair, sadness, fear, anger. I can't get better because I believe that core program. And if you believe that and you have the emotions of fear and despair and worry and sadness, how much action are you going to take in teaching your brain that I'm actually okay? Because every time you say, hey, brain, come on, we're going to turn off the pain because I know I'm okay, your core program is going to go, no, you're not, right? And you most likely won't take the action of teaching your brain that you're okay because you're going to feel like you're lying to yourself. Anybody ever feel that way? Dan, I'm lying to myself. I'm telling myself I'm safe, but boy, I don't believe it. Evaluate your core program, right? Because if you're not doing the work, it's likely a far upstream issue, right? If you're not teaching your brain that you're safe, or every time you do it, you're like, I don't believe that. You got to go back to the core program and say, what's my true belief here? Do I believe that this mind-body concept is actually a thing? It is. It's proven. Millions of people deal with this every single day. It's a real thing. Is there a way to reverse it? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've got 50 success stories on my YouTube channel. Go to Pain Free You channel on YouTube, click on playlists, and scroll through until you find the success stories. There's 50 interviews of people who actually volunteered and raised their hand and goes, hey, I'd like to tell my story. I've got hundreds and hundreds of text-based successes. People who have commented on Facebook and YouTube and now Instagram saying, oh, this work, your approach, Dan, has really made the difference. I'm so much better than I was weeks or months ago or years ago. The stuff works. So first fundamental, what causes symptoms? The perception of danger, not actual danger. Well, actual danger will create symptoms. But the key is with chronic pain, most, if not the vast majority of chronic pain is not actual threat or actual danger. It's perceived because the core program might be skewed towards misinformation that you're busted and you can't get better because you didn't heal or something along those lines. So foundation one, what causes symptoms? Perceived danger. Does that apply to me? Most likely, yes. I just pointed out the assessments. Do them. Once the assessment comes in, make a decision. Accept that that's what's going on. Is there a cure? Absolutely. The success stories prove it. Sarno's been doing this work for 50 years. There's lots of medical doctors doing this work now, ending pain around the globe with this mind-body approach. It works. There's a solution. I teach it every day. I wouldn't if I didn't think it worked. And are you capable of it? There we get back to the core program. Are you capable of it? The answer is yes, you are. If you're a human being and other human beings have gotten better, you can too. So if you're struggling, take a good hard look at your core program, your core belief about pain or symptoms. And this core program is probably a good thing to evaluate in other areas of your life. Relationships, family, your health in other regards, not just pain or symptoms, but your health otherwise, whether it be food, dietary, alcohol, coffee, whatever it may be. What's your core program? Really important. Really, really important. How about work, business, productivity? Is your core program that you're a procrastinator, or that you don't get things done, or that you're lazy, you're a slob? What's your core program? Because what you'll find is that core program, way upstream, impacts the rest of your thoughts, emotions, actions, and results. So if you've got areas of your life where you're really not too thrilled, or you're not getting or seeing the results you want, you got to step back. Go to the core program, all of you, and really take a look. And then start to figure out, what do I need to do to make some different decisions that will impact this core program so that I can have better thinking, better emotions, better actions, and thereby better results. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Love you all. And as usual, we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, everybody.